Yeah, because that's how it works. All right, are you ready? I'm going to do what I've learned from the internet, people, and this will be our
Oh, okay.
yeah. All right, you ready? And action! Welcome to Speaking Of, I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
So I think I'm going to throw off to you immediately. Like, we're not even going to have any small talk this week.
Wow!
She came in with notes, people, so keep in mind that I have none. But I got stuff to say. Anyway.
All I'm saying is there's a lot of things to talk about. Okay? So I'm going to start with the two small things first. And then we'll get into the big story.
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
Okay. I saw a news article recently that...
That was great. It's been a long day for me, people. Just bear with me.
I think I found producer's new ringtone. We need to figure out how he has those. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. And yet another one. Okay, go ahead.
In other news, so I saw a news article, and it said, and I quote, well, okay.
I'm having a hard time not reading over her shoulder. Like, I don't want to spoil it for myself. But...
So, okay, when you think of a mobster, what kind of a person do you think of?
Well, I think it's always Al Capone is, like, the first thing that comes to mind, right?
Right? Like,
you know?
Yes, something like Al Capone and something like The Godfather, maybe.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Reputed mobster gunned down at McDonald's drive-thru. How embarrassing is that?
Well, oh my, now it just begs the question. Was the mobster in the car? Or was the mobster working the window?
Oh, snap!
I want to know, because then this intrigues me. If the mobster was in the car, did a hitman going undercover working the window?
Well, it doesn't say... Now, this is just the headline, mind you. I didn't actually bother to read the story, but...
Fake news!
No, it's real news. It's just partial.
Partial news!
So, it could be somebody else came up. So,
that's true.
Drive-through, pedestrian.
I like mine. It's much more entertaining.
Oh, no, I like
there was
yours.
an undercover
I like yours
hitman that
much
went to the
better.
trouble to get a part-time job.
I gotta do the window.
I gotta be always on the window. And not the taking the money side, the giving the food side.
Because we want their money first.
That's right. You didn't want to jip McDonald's.
Which is, I think, thoughtful.
You know, I think so.
You know, I mean, they're all about
a lot
business.
of hitmen wouldn't care.
Right? I'm just thinking, if you're that mobster that got... I mean, you're a reputed mobster.
At least it's not just me tonight.
You got gunned down at the McDonald's. Like, were you waiting for a McFlurry? Like, what?
Because that's what else I was thinking. I'm like, there's got to be an addiction. They got to know he's going to McDonald's. Like, he goes to get his cup of coffee, his McFlurry, whatever.
Oh, I know what it is. It's that special Diet Coke they have.
There's a special... I didn't know they had a special
so
Diet Coke.
Apparently, McDonald's uses something different-ish to carbonate their beverages.
Oh.
And rumor has it that the Diet Coke from McDonald's is, I mean, heroin-like.
Oh.
Who knew?
Well, heroin-like, and it's better for you. So, hey,
and it's only $1 at McDonald's.
It is only $1.
So, my fake daughter, Sierra, works at In-N-Out, and she was pointing out that there's a woman that comes to In-N-Out to get a large Diet Coke every morning for $2. And Sierra
She's
says...
not aware she can get Diet Coke anywhere
she's
else.
like, up the street, there's a McDonald's where you can get a large Diet Coke for $1. And it's the magical kind, apparently. And every day she sees her and thinks, do you not
Do you know math?
And the poor college student Sierra is just like, how dare you
flaunt your $2 in front of me
every day? Like, how inconsiderate.
It is kind of rude.
Right?
I mean, I'm just saying, but yeah.
It is.
Oh, I gotta get rid of Just Saying. That's when somebody thought the show wasn't Speaking Of, and they thought we were called Just Saying. I had to break my habit of that before, and now I'm gonna have to do it again. Anyway.
That is gonna need to come up again later, just FYI.
Hashtag Just Saying. But really, hashtag Speaking Of.
Hashtag speaking of Just Saying.
don't. Okay.
My other mini story.
All right.
So I'm at work today,
Mm-hmm.
chatting with Beverly, and I'm pulling up a video that I made of my dog Stella during a severe FOMO moment in her life.
What's FOMO?
Fear of missing out.
Oh, okay.
Hubs took Molly to Home Depot and left Stella home alone. Oh, with me. Alone. Okay?
Is it better or worse for her if you're here
It
alone?
makes no difference. You would have thought she'd been abandoned on a street corner. I mean, it's hilarious.
Oh, wow.
She's so upset she can't even cry. She has just, and then she does the head tilted. It's pretty funny. So I took the video. And she loves. So, talking to Beverly, and I have my phone out, and I have the video up, and I go into where I can save it, because I just did it from the message, right? So it doesn't go to my library automatically. Yeah. And I look, and so it gives you the options of what you can do with it, to share it or save it or whatnot, right? And it pops up at the top, and it says, airdrop share with Kev.
Who's Kev?
Good question.
I thought she'd been stepping out on me.
So I said to Beverly, look at this. So if you backtrack, remember there was all that controversy about guys sending inappropriate photos via airdrop to people on the subway.
Oh, yeah,
and the reason is that you have your phone set to accept airdrop from anybody.
Oh, my.
Duh. Well, apparently Kev has this on his phone. And so I said to Beverly, should I send him the video?
I mean, you build it up.
Right? And I mean, it's not like it's inappropriate. It's kind of fun. And I'm kind of wishing I had now. Because I could. I spared him, but I don't know. Next time, I think maybe I'll send it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I really want to know who Kev is. Is he like on your street? Is he?
No, he was in the office.
Oh, he was in the office. That would have been even more fun.
Right? And then just sit and watch to see who got this magic video.
Which one of you was it?
I mean, at least it's just a dog. Could have been some kind of evidence or something.
Yeah.
Well, just kidding. We're too smart for that. We don't record evidence.
No, we don't.
People are stupid.
People are very.
Anything you want to add before I go on?
You can go.
Are you sure?
I can.
Go.
I don't have a really good segue for it, but.
Speaking of segues.
Speaking of segues, there we go! So, this past week, as my poor Facebook friends found out, I was in Disneyland.
Boy, did we find out.
I had to take, I don't know what was with me this time. I think I was just, I'm like, oh, you're going to see a picture of me in everything. Like, I purposely set out to do this. And I was kind of waiting for somebody to be annoyed, and nobody ever was like, great selfies. Wow, you're self-absorbed this week more than usual.
I do have a comment about it when you're ready.
So I've been in Disneyland, and actually, since this week's vlog, will be mostly Disney stories on my part. So I am standing in line to buy a t-shirt. And there's a guy and his, I want to say, between 4 and 5-year-old son.
Okay.
And I'm holding the shirt with the printed side towards me, and I'm just standing in line waiting to check out. No big deal. The little kid all of a sudden looks up at me and he says, "Turn it around." And so I turn it around and he says, "Your shirt's got Oogie Boogie on it."
What's on the back of it?
It was just blank. The back of the shirt was blank. He wanted to see the front. He knew there was something on the front. He's like, "Your shirt's got Oogie Boogie on it." I'm like, "Yes, it does. Isn't he the greatest?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's so awesome. And he's got bugs." And so the conversation is continuing, and the dad is just like ignoring it. Like, I couldn't figure out.
Was he oblivious?
If he was oblivious, or he's like, "Oh my, stranger danger, stranger danger."
Just pretend it's not happening.
Yeah, because I'm like, yeah. So the dad gets done, and he turns his son away, and they're like looking off in this other direction. And the kid, though, was not done with me.
Of course not.
At all.
Who
He's
is?
like, "Let me see that again." Okay. And the dad is still trying not to make eye contact with me to save his life.
Oh my God.
Like, I really couldn't figure out. He's like, let me see it again. And so he's like spelling the words and the letters on my shirt, and he's touching them, and he's like, and then Oogie Boogie. So I'm like, yep, there he is. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go pay for it. It's been great talking to you. Nothing from the father ever.
Parenting win right there.
Like, when the stranger is more entertaining than you, time to read a book or something. Parenting 101. It was just hilarious to me, though.
That is really funny. Maybe the dad was thinking, oh, good, I can take a few minutes off.
Right. But he was like, because I was trying to.
Really funny.
Yeah, I couldn't engage him at all because I wanted to say, oh, you got a cute kid. Nothing.
He didn't want to know.
Nope. He didn't. He was too embarrassed because I was more fun in that 5 minutes than he's been in his whole life.
It's a common thing. Yeah, it happens a lot.
All right.
Well, so my comment about your photos.
Yes.
No, we have to back up a little bit.
Oh.
So recently, Hubs pointed out that Jared and Emily both made it into his group, the people on his iPhone.
Yeah, on the iPhone, which I still don't completely understand.
So then Jared was looking at his and saying, I'm the only one in mine. And then decides, I should take pictures of other people. And then he goes to Disneyland. And I look at the pictures and I thought, wow, that people section's going to get real filled up. With you.
We know who I truly love. Me. Oh, my stomach hurts. I'm laughing so much. Oh, this is a good one. I know.
Yours hurt too, because it should.
It should. Oh my goodness. Anyway, all right. Back to you. Back to you, Kate.
Okay. Well, I had so.
I apologize. I didn't bring an inhaler tonight.
I don't know why there isn't one just in the studio.
We're gonna fix that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so having a conversation, and I'm telling my friend Christine about how Hubs and I recently.
So before. I forget that Christine is Christine,
oh.
And I always think it's a code name. One of our code names that we've made up, and I always have to take that second to remember. Oh yeah, she's Christine.
Have we ever had a fake Christine?
I don't think so. She's lucky.
Christine, let me know if you want to be somebody else.
Another name.
Yeah, we can give you a code
Janet?
name if you want. No. Anyway.
Okay.
So I'm telling Christine about how Hubs and I recently went pre-planned funeral package shopping.
Oh dear.
Now,
I mean, it's a little early yet.
You would think, but you never know. I've been seeing a lot.
Now you're going to make me want to go buy a pre-planned funeral.
Well, just you wait.
I was so upset about it, I spit.
You think you want to now? Give me a minute.
Do they let you lay in the coffin? Please tell me they let you lay in it.
So, I'm excited.
How do I look?
Well, are you going to be wearing it?
I know. Actually, maybe the poor funeral homes don't want me to go.
They do not. But I can put you in touch with somebody.
Okay.
She would love it. Anyway. Sorry, Aaron.
How do you feel about puppets?
Oh my gosh. So, this is going to take a while. Get comfortable. Okay. So, first of all, I'll backtrack to when Hubs and I were doing said shopping. And we're sitting down. So, we have a friend that actually does this for a living, like is the planner person, whatever.
Right.
So we sat down with her to talk about different kinds of options and things. And Hubs thinks that he's just, gonna be cremated and then turn into a butterfly or something, and that's just great. But whatever. And so I'm telling him that
he doesn't want at least like a monument or something,
right? Right. So then I'm telling him I'm making decisions for you. Because really, all of that stuff is for whoever's left behind.
It's true.
Right? It's not for you. So
changed with my grandparents like that.
Right? But we did decide, I did, because you can have like doves released or something. And I said, why not? Why not butterflies? Butterflies. Right? But then we also talked about, oh shoot, now I'm not going to remember what you said.
What I said?
What did you say
about
a minute ago?
Puppets.
Oh yes, the puppets.
Welcome to our lives. This episode is probably the best demonstration of it. Forget the last 4 years.
So we're talking about, okay, who's going to get cremated, who's going to get buried, or what have you. And so Hubs thinks that what's going to happen is that he's going to get cremated and put into an urn, and then I'm going to get buried, and I'm going to be cradling said urn like a baby in my casket. No. But then...
No, I really like that one. Oh.
But then, so we take a little tour of the cemetery, and there's the mausoleum where if you do get cremated, you can have your urn put in the wall, right? And there's a little plaque there. And so one of the plaques says, like, Muffy and Scruffy or something on it, underneath the names. And we're like, what's that about? So she's telling us that, I mean, legally, you can't just put stuff in the casket. But the family is given a moment of privacy to say goodbye before said casket is closed. So we're pretty confident that someone's dead animals are with them.
Maybe they're in urns. Let's hope they're in urns.
Who knows? But, I mean, I'm just saying, the options are limitless.
Right?
I thought. And then I talked to Christine, and I realized how limited
we really are.
Thinking. She opened up a whole new world for me. Okay, so I'm explaining to her that, and pardon me, I have to refer to my notes because I don't want to forget any of this. It was amazing. If only we had Facebook Lived this conversation, because...
It would have been grand.
Wow. So, I'm explaining to Christine that you can prepay for and select a lot of different things, like the casket, the flowers, you can list who your pallbearers are going to be.
Oh, wow.
You can write out the program.
Planned. Right.
Yeah. And so then Christine says, you need a playlist. And I was like, how did I not think of this myself? So first I thought, what about, I've got like a great list of breakup songs. Maybe that would be cool. But then I realized, no, because the breakup songs are You Left Me, so whatever, that wouldn't really be applicable.
No, there's never any good I Left You songs.
Well, there might be, and if they are, I will find them and add them to my playlist. So, sorry, I don't know why we're coughing so much today. Okay, so we're talking about the playlist and all the songs that are going to go on it. And then she said, well, now, think about this. What about your menu? You're going to want to make a list of really specific things. And I said, I'm going to accompany that list with recipes. So they know exactly what to
they're
make
fixing.
for my open house, whatever. Yes. And then she said, I should have a dress code. She suggested
I like it.
Boho chic for the men.
I could do it.
I thought maybe...
although I'm dying first. It's already been established.
We'll get to that part. I decided like 1940s prom for the women.
Oh, why not?
But then she made a really great suggestion that excuse me, we could have kind of a Kate lookalike contest thing or something, right? So it's pick a picture and replicate Kate. It can be from any era.
Did you like early 80s Kate? Late 90s rocked. I was there for that one.
Yeah. So, I mean, think about this.
Oh, okay.
No, wait, there's more. Because I was telling her.
You told her I was going to die first and I have no part of this.
Yeah, that did not happen.
Oh.
However, so I was mentioning to her that it's good to kind of get these things in order because, you know, who knows who's going to be responsible for taking care of this. I mean, it could be...
It can be any.
It could be you.
Oh, dear.
It could be Beverly.
Let's go with Beverly.
It could be Devin.
Devin is a good...
Actually,
out of the three, Devin might be the best choice for that.
I'm for sure going to write stuff down, though. But he'll love this next part. So, okay, I don't have... what are they called? Inheritors.
Oh.
What are they called?
You don't have spawn.
Yeah.
Offspring.
What are they called?
I know there's a word. You're right.
Anyway, I don't have inheritors. So instead of having a will.
Right.
Because, I mean, I could pick people, but this is much better. there will be contests.
And now for the feats of strength.
I didn't even think of that one.
Put that on the
That
list.
is fantastic. Oh my goodness. But we were thinking like best dressed, worst
Well, there
dressed.
you go.
And we decided Emily could judge that,
Oh, she could.
right? And then we would have a funeral potatoes contest, obviously. Like everyone has to bring funeral potatoes or you can't get in. Because
Those are au gratin.
it's basically...
For those of you that don't live in Utah.
It's basically, or if you do and you've still never heard of it, basically potatoes au gratin with shredded potatoes. And I will tell you, if you're going to make them, use hash browns, not real potatoes. There's a reason people do that.
Yeah, it's much better.
Well, if you use real potatoes, it's going to look like tuna casserole. I can guarantee.
Yeah, and everybody will think it's tuna casserole.
Yeah, and that's why when I did it and made it look like tuna casserole, I told Diane to stick it in the dark part of the table. Don't let anybody see what they're eating. Anyway, so we'll have a funeral potato contest.
Right.
Homemade ice cream. Because, hello.
Because why not?
And then I'm thinking there'll be a prize for like the most unique flavor, a prize for the best tasting, and then a prize for the best named because, as Christine pointed out, they would all need to be named after me. Right?
There you go.
Okay. Like OPI nail polish names. That's what I'm looking for here, people. Okay.
Just so you have the criteria so that when the day comes, if you're still around with us.
Yes. There will even be a prize of a life-size cardboard cutout that is motion censored. And this is where Just Saying comes in because then I felt bad that because I wanted to make it talk. But then I said to Christine,
you felt bad because you didn't have enough for everyone.
No, because I said to Christine, I don't have a catchphrase. And she said, it's not too late. So my bucket list consists of make a catchphrase. And then it can hand out the Halloween candy. I mean, think of the fights that would go on to get this amazing prize. But do not fear.
Oh dear.
Because there is a flip side to this. While there are amazing prizes that you can earn, you want my belongings? Earn it. Okay? But if you show up late to my service, or you show up to one part and not the other part, you get the booby prize. You get, I don't know, maybe all my clocks that are broken. And they're cursed. If you get rid of them, I'm coming back.
I thought you were going to say Joe. You get the husband! The husband is the booby prize!
Heavens no! No, nobody gets the hubs.
That's right. He will not look as much as another human being after you go. I will make sure of it.
Well,
but I can't because I'm dying first.
So we were talking about the judges, setting up the judges for all these different contests.
Right.
And then I was telling her how I was going to have contingency plans because who knows what order things are going to happen in. And so I'd hate to have all my judges not be there.
Because we've already gone on before.
Right, right, exactly. But yeah, no, the hubs and I have discussed, if one or the other of us leaves.
Right.
And I told him, you're welcome to
try
date and have relationships.
Don't
and
think
whatever.
she's not gonna hunt him though.
That is exactly right. As soon as she tries to make any kind of move, something's gonna happen.
Lights are gonna start flickering.
Fire might just spontaneously start. Who's to say?
That's enough to send anyone running, right?
And if not, I'll think of something else. It always makes me think of Norm. And you're at the
Oh, that's right. We've talked about that. Go research it.
I love it. Go research it. Oh, so
a prize for the person who does.
Oh yeah,
'Cause I've
do
got
have
plenty
prizes.
of prizes.
If
So-
you can comment,
about the story with Norm, find the episode and tell us when. And should we make him do the minute marker?
No, we just want to know the story.
Okay.
You can just tell us the story.
There you go. And we'll pick a prize. I forgot to bring the prizes over today.
That's
but
okay, we'll
do
have
that.
them.
We'll have prizes.
Yes. So anyway, Christine and I are having this lengthy conversation about the literal limitless options for these services. And I explained that, because she said, I feel like we have a business plan. And I said, not only that, but I have a business brochure from high school.
Oh, does she ever?
For the militia.
Find that
sanctuary.
episode too.
Yes. Oh yeah, we showed it to you.
We did.
So I explained to her that I have the brochure, and she says, we have a business plan, we have a brochure. All we need is a loan.
Wow. I do
And,
know a loan officer.
All I'm saying is ain't nobody going to say no to that.
Right?
Come on.
Oh, that's grand.
So yeah, I'm just thinking.
There you
Now
go.
I got a lot of lists to make and
It'll be fun.
prizes to take care of, and I mean
All that whatnot.
all the whatnot. Catchphrase to come up with. There's a lot to do.
There is.
I'm so overwhelmed.
Well, no wonder you're shopping already. My goodness, I feel like I need to too.
I can cradle you in my other
Yes,
arm.
there you go. Here lies Kate and her 2 husbands. It'll be great.
Wait, I'm the last to go?
I think we've talked about this.
Well, look, if you know me and those 2 go first, you might want to steer clear. Because, there's like, what do they say it? When people go off the edge, or what do they say
Right.
that? What is it?
When one dies, the other
No,
one's...
no.
Oh, no.
When somebody like starts making really bad choices and they've gone off the edge or whatever.
Off the deep end.
Yes, the deep end. Yes. The deep end will seem like a kiddie pool compared to where I will be. So just give me
heads
some
up.
space. Just pretend I'm already gone and wait for your number to be called. Okay?
So again, I don't know how to segue from this.
Speaking of
okay.
segues, though, the segue that came from this conversation, Christine she had another one that I can't remember, and I feel really bad about it. But she said, after we talked about all of this stuff, speaking of awkward reasons to throw a party.
I can go off of that. Speaking of awkward situations.
Great!
So again, I'm at Disneyland, and those Disneyland buffs.
Brag.
See, she gets upset, but if honestly I took you every year, you would be burned out. I think you would.
Hubs would be the one that burned out.
I
would go.
He would have burned out on this last trip.
He burned out on the first trip.
Disneyland was all right.
It was okay.
So Disneyland back in the day used to have a dress code to get into the park.
Way back in the day?
Like way back, like in the 1950s.
Was it
because it was opened in 1955? No, it was not. And it pertained more to the men. Like the men had to have short hair and they couldn't have beards.
Really?
No,
they were afraid they'd get caught up in the cotton candy.
So yeah. So I point this out because this leads to the next story.
Oh dear.
So I'm walking in Fantasyland of all places. And
then we're talking dress codes, okay.
And we're talking dress codes. So, and this is what's sad. So 2 women are walking in front of me. And you know Daisy Dukes, right? So Daisy Dukes are the short shorts.
Short shorts.
So I'm not really paying any attention to these 2 women walking in front of me until one woman reaches in to pick at her butt crack.
No.
Because the Daisy Dukes are so short, half of the butt cheeks are falling out, as well as her friends. And she's basically got it's basically Daisy G-string dukes. I don't know how to explain this. So, my first thing is like, okay, if my nieces and nephews were here, I would be concerned, and I feel like their parents would have gone and complained.
Right.
My second thing was like, how do they make it clear back to Fantasyland with nobody complaining yet? I seriously, because I mean, I know we're in a different age. I feel like I'm getting old when I tell stories like this.
People are just getting lazy.
But
and
yeah,
inappropriate.
and if you gotta dig, if you gotta go digging, it's too
right.
much. So yeah, so I'm debating that. So then, though, the third point was, okay, if I complain, because I actually thought about saying something politely, like I'm not going to start a confrontation or anything.
Maybe put your jacket around your waist.
Yeah, just, something like that. But then I thought, in the day and age, I'm going to be accused of body shaming. Like, you're body shaming. No, I just don't. I'm a prude. I don't want to see your butt cheeks hanging out.
I don't care how nice they are. I don't want to see them.
Oh. I'm seriously still so traumatized by it because I can't imagine going out in public like that. And hygiene issues. I wouldn't sit in my car like that.
I'm thinking too, like you get on the rides and those thighs are going to stick.
Right. And I'm like, I don't want to sit after that person.
This time of year, it's not going to be necessarily hot. But if you go in the summer in that outfit, you're not getting off that roller coaster without some third-degree skin ripping off.
My goodness.
I mean, you're going to have an involuntary skin graft. I don't understand how that can be comfortable to walk around in.
It wasn't because she was digging.
Okay, and this is a rule. The rule
Oh.
is if you are constantly adjusting your clothes,
Then they
you're
probably
not wearing
don't.
the right
oh
clothes.
man, alive.
Because I remember seeing a girl, I was out to dinner, and this girl was wearing like a halter top
Right.
all night long. She's pulling it up.
Right.
And I'm like, look,
Oh.
either you're wearing it wrong or you shouldn't be wearing it at all.
You style tips from speaking of.
Oh yeah. Speaking of style tips from speaking of, Christine pointed out before we came up with the dress like Kate from a picture. She said everyone should come dressed like Kate, and I said, oh, that would be a real tragedy. let's not do that. But I can tell you what not to wear.
There you go. Don't say we didn't tell you.
Right, there's levels, right? I feel like there's super stylish, like beaner stylish.
Right.
And then like clear down here, I wear clothes that they're okay. But then down here is you're adjusting your clothes all the time and embarrassing Jared at Disneyland.
Well, and I'm not going to lie. As the years have progressed and I just could care. I'm so t-shirt. That's why I have so many t-shirts. T-shirt and jeans. Yes, we talked about making a blanket.
We did.
It's a nice thought. Oh my goodness.
We're going to do it.
It would be fun. So, speaking of blankets, which makes me think of Snuggle Buddies.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe you didn't bring him.
I meant to. And so I will post a picture though onto Facebook so that you know what happened. So I'm at Disneyland again. Sorry,
Not again.
It was my week. Still. So we're in a gift shop and they have these stuffed plushy animal type things of Avengers. And there's one of the Incredible Hulk. And I see it and I just cannot stop laughing. Because it seems just so absurd.
But not too absurd.
But not too absurd. So that day, though, I was really good. I'm like, oh, this is just hilarious. I put it back. By the last day, though, I'm like...
Is that when you got the picture of yourself with it?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I did take the picture of myself with it when I put it back.
Okay.
That was my thing.
That's
I'm just going to take... Yeah, I'm just going to take a picture and I'm going to put it back. Because... by the last day, though, I'm like, I'm going to really regret it if I do not buy the Incredible Hulk, which has been nicknamed my Snuggle Buddy.
I don't think that he would mind.
He wouldn't at all. So yes, he did come home with me, but he was awkward to get into the overhead bin. But, as you can imagine, an Incredible Hulk would be.
No
That's right. You're getting in there and you're coming home now. Quit your belly again.
See, now, when you said that there were plush Avengers,
right?
I'm thinking, oh, well, but then I realized, okay, they would have one of Iron Man, but they wouldn't have one of Tony Stark.
No.
They would have the Hulk, but they wouldn't have one of Mark Ruffalo.
No.
What's his name?
No. Banner. Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner. Because
we all know that Kate wants a Mark Ruffalo.
All I'm saying is the Tony Stark or the Bruce Banner, that's who I'd be putting in the overhead bin.
So anyway, just endlessly amused me because it still does.
Wait until you see the picture,
yes,
and you'll understand.
Yes,
because I may have laughed out loud when I saw it myself.
Oh, I just love that I have it. Anyway,
life is about not having regrets. Okay, so sometimes you just have to buy the ridiculous thing that you have no real use for.
I don't. And I think it's going to be hilarious because I like to think that someday after I do pass away, my nieces and nephews are going to fight over it. This
is where a contest comes in.
Exactly. Feats of strength.
If you can lift the casket on your own, you will be awarded the Hulk Snuggle Buddy.
Yeah, that's right.
I
just like that I call it Snuggle Buddy. Anyway, that's probably the biggest reason I bought it. It's because I'm like, it's my Hulk Snuggle Buddy.
There's nothing about that wouldn't end with me buying it.
Right.
I mean,
there
are times when you're like, oh, that's fun, it's nice. And
you
can walk away, but...
Right. Oh, no, I put some good thought into that one.
Part of that says you need to take that one. Yeah.
So, my last absurd Disneyland story is I'm, again, standing in line. I do love to go to Disneyland because I meet such a plethora of people.
I'll have
Like-
you know that Jared had been assigned to share some of these experiences with us all via Facebook Live.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
did
But
a
now we
horrible
just
job.
have to hear about it
You just
later.
get to hear about it.
Anyway, carry on. Not to disappoint you, but
But anyway, so I'm talking with my friend about, you know, it is starting to get expensive. I mean, even more expensive than expensive. And
it's like sell your grandmother's ring expensive.
right. And you know that they're doing all these things, and it was really hard. Like, they were putting in a lot of, they're building Star Wars land, Avengers land is being thrown up. But I did love to see that wall that said Stark Industries. That was fun.
I want to work there.
I'm like, oh, that was great. Rumor has it it's going to be an Iron Man ride coming.
But will Tony Stark be there?
The Guardians of the Galaxy did the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, so I don't see why Robert Downey Jr. wouldn't participate in the Iron Man ride.
And honestly,
I think he would like it.
I think that Robert Downey Jr. would probably be similar to Johnny Depp.
Oh,
in that
yeah.
I could totally see him showing up to Disneyland and being Tony Stark.
Right.
Wandering around, and people would be
Art.
like, gosh, he really looks like him. Yeah, he better
Do
not.
it! We've challenged you, RDJ!
Yeah, come on, please. Oh, pitter pat. I mean, I would pay.
You just gotta clue us in when you're gonna be doing it, so we can try to be in the park that day.
I try to keep myself composed, but there are times when the starstruckness is, and that would be one of them. Oh,
It would be fun.
it would be fantastic. I mean, I would follow you around all day,
Right.
but that would be worth every penny.
So, oh yeah, I was telling a story. Anyway!
Sorry.
Segue!
RDJ just does that to me.
So, we're talking about things, and I'm trying not to say what not to, and what not! But, so this woman that's standing in front of us turns around and she starts talking with me. And we start talking about, you know, because she was really upset because she had talked to a cast member that had said the whole reason they're opening Star Wars Land is to take some of the stress off of Disneyland so that people can go into this new land. And of course, she and we're no dummies.
Like
We're
California Adventure?
Yeah. Because
So
we're
it's
like,
just one more thing to pay for.
well, and that's the thing. That's what we're both saying. Yeah, you know, and then we're talking about, do the cast members really believe it? And, you know, we know that that's what they have to say, but
Right.
let's pretend that they know deep in their hearts that it's all about the money.
That mouse is greedy.
So, yeah, so we're talking about things and different things, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I try to come once a year to get my fix, but I don't know if I'm going to be able, you know, to continue to do that. And she says, I've been coming since 1956 every year. Who do you think you're kidding?
Goals!
And
Oh my gosh.
she lives in Anaheim, of course, and then she proceeded to try to sell me on a annual pass, which I'm like, it's not that, you know,
Right.
I get that it
If
pays
you-
for itself after 3 visits. It's
But
not
you gotta
that.
get there for 3 visits.
Right, exactly. I'm like, I don't get it. Oh, you can get here.
Well, and if you live there, that's fine. You don't have to have transportation and hotel and
Right.
all those extra
exactly.
costs.
But
Yeah.
she was a crack up, so.
That is, I would love to interview her.
Who are you kidding?
That is
You're an
awesome.
addict.
There is
And
even
I'm
a
here
support
to
group
enable
for
you.
Oh,
It was
I love
great.
it. Oh, I want to meet her.
She was fun to do. I did, and I rarely say this to people. I did take the time to say I enjoyed talking with you.
I hope you
So-
recommended the show to her.
I didn't think about it. Yeah.
He leaves the
I-
state.
I'm not
and
used to
suddenly
internet
speaking
famous.
Of is just like nothing to him. Okay.
Sorry.
I may or may not take that severely, personally.
Severely personal.
Severely, personally.
Well, on that note, because I'm sure this has been a long episode that we're.
You've enjoyed
Yeah.
every minute
It's
of
been
it.
good.
Just like every penny I would pay to follow RDJ. That's a rhyme!
And there's yet another T-shirt.
We're gonna make so many shirts.
That'll be